Hello folks, hope you're having a good week so far. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in Satisfactory here at the Megatron Power Facility, which now has 400 fuel generators all in place. We were only about 50 shy after the last stream, so I went and got some computers and put them in myself. They're not all hooked up and functioning, but they're in. You can see some of the red lights indicating that they're not all on. Some floors, of course, are working, but others are not. So we need to work on that. That is what we're going to be working on today. And I think the easiest thing is going to be to go below and double check, starting with the heavy oil residue at the very, very bottom. I want to try and get to the point where we can hook up our oil, our crude oil today. SweetSandi with 100 bits. Power generator hype. Thanks very much, Sandy. Appreciate that. So under the floor here, we've got 3 crude oil pipes coming in. Each one of them has 600 cubic meters of crude oil per minute for a total of 1,800. And as they go down this way, they start to branch off. And you can see the first one branches off here. The next one branches off at the next intersection. And actually, they both come in this way. This one here goes to the left, and then this one here goes to the right. All of these refineries here, the purple ones, are turning this crude oil into heavy oil residue, which is this purple stuff. And those are all being fed back down this way. So all these pipes here come into the middle. Here where I've painted them purple just so I can see what's going on. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 600 pipes. So we've increased the 1,800 crude oil into 2,400 heavy oil residue, which it says right there. And then we've got 4 of them all heading off in different directions, and each of them gets split in 2, and the 2 purple pipes go up in each corner. So I've got to follow the heavy oil residue and make sure that it's making it to each floor, and then subsequently follow the fuel that's being made up to the top. And the way that this is working is that we've got blender floors, which we will go up to now. Hey Dan, how's it going? Good to see you. It's a little tricky in the dark. Well, we've got blender floors like this one. This one is all decorated. And there are 6 blenders per floor, and there are 8 floors. So there are 48 blenders, rather. And these guys, in theory, are making fuel. So right now, this is not doing anything because the fuel is not going anywhere. It's not hooked up to a power floor. So that's the thing we've got to do is change this. So the way that I had this set up, and this was Sandy's idea, when these, I need to switch my pack here. So when the purple pipes come up, one of them goes in here and the other one continues up to the next floor. And then the water, one goes to the floor to the left and the other one goes to the floor to the right. So if we go under the floor, down here, you'll see we've got water coming in, and then the heavy oil residue coming in. Now the other water comes in from the other side, and so that rotates all the way around on all 4 sides. So we need 2 water pipes per floor, but rather than having both of these go this way, I split the difference, and one water pipe comes from here, and the other water pipe comes from the other side. It's hard to see when you're under the floor. Yeah, it comes in here. And so all of these are going into making fuel, and that's eventually being pumped out and pumped upstairs. And that goes up, down that way. Is that going the wrong way? Nope, that's good. So that is one of 2 floors that are doing this. So we've got this 600 pipe of fuel. And we've got to make sure that it is hooked up. So we're going to start with this west wing, no, east wing, the east wing here, and go from there. And so up here, both pipes come in through here. So this is the pipe from this floor, and then this is the pipe from the floor below, which is obviously the wrong color. And now they're not going to be full because I don't have the crude oil hooked up 100%, but I want to make sure that we've got the consumption hooked up. And this is where I've been changing the colors on the pipes. So I've been changing this inside pipe to a copper color just so we can see the difference as we go up. Despite all the room that I have in here, it can get pretty tight. All right, so this floor is powering the first floor here. I think these are all on. Yep, those are all green lit. And those are all green lit. Kay the River Cat, hello. Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. And so this 600 line gets split in 2. And so this is the first floor. And I'm going to change this to be... I think we're going to call it something. Just so I can keep things organized. And what we'll do is we'll call this East. So it's East Wing 1, and that's powered by East Blenders. East Blender 1. Maybe we'll just... I wish they gave us more room to type. I wish we could change the font sizes on these signs. So, East Wing 1, powered by East Blender 1. We know that that's East Blender 1, so we can follow that. And this is I guess we'd call this East Wing 2. Oh, I don't have any quartz. Whoops. So I guess technically this is not the East Wing. This is the Southeast Wing, so we should change that. I really think we should be able to click on the signs too. It feels strange. So this is East Wing 2, because this is the second floor. But it's still powered by East Blender 1. So to follow the pattern, we also need to hook up this hypertube to some power. Oh look, that's convenient. So I think that's the second floor. That's the second floor pipe. And that is going to do... I guess it should technically do this floor. Oh no, because that's being powered by the one next to it. It's going to be difficult to kind of wrap my head around this pattern, I think. Alright, so where... Yeah, I did wrap that around, didn't I? I think the plan was to have these actually show up inside of the build. Yeah, so that's that there. So that is East Blender 2. And that is going to power this one. And this is East. No, that's Southeast. This is Southeast Wing 3, and it's powered by East Blender 2. I think. Yep. Floor 1, floor 2, floor 3, and floor 4 is up above us. That goes in that way. And then this is split off. And aha, this is not going anywhere. But it should, if I'm following my pattern correctly, go up to the 4th floor. Looks like I've got a spot for it. And this is going to be East 4. And then it's powered by Blender 2. But this needs a hookup. So this is basically the problem solving we're going to be doing, is coming in, taking a look and seeing what needs adjusting. Is that an outside wall? Don't know. I feel like the white is an outside wall. Maybe not. All right, that is an outside wall. So we have to keep everything in there. So this might not be the inside wall, but that's fine. So we can take this. I think it should reach all the way to there. On big vertical spans, I like to have the indicators on them. Okay, so that has got all the piping hooked up. Not in the middle, and it needs electric. Okay, easy enough. Let's kind of reverse engineer the electricity a bit. So I'd say the electricity is probably going to have to come in here and then find its way down. So we'll put a node here. And for now, I think we'll just go straight down the wall so we know what's up. And then we got to hook into the main network. Thanks for the lurk, Dan. Much appreciated. Death Skull, welcome in. McMosel, good to see you back. So I don't know where we were running the power. We have to get down to this main ring that I had set up, which is down there. So it looks like we have to kind of get through the wall at some point. Plus, I'm going to have to run these through batteries at some point too, so that's going to be tricky. I don't want anything out there. Wonder if we came out a little bit too soon. Sorry, we can fix that. Let's go over this way. Not that far. Is this the main grid? Yes. I do need to establish where the main grid. Yeah, follow the pipes. That would be a good idea too. I could just revert down the pipeline. I was hoping to have individual circuits, but following the pipes might be a good idea too. I'm going to need power for the pump anyway. See, I don't know whether that's the outside wall. It's the only thing. I don't think it is. No. That is, though. Yeah, so we've got to get down here. So that's the problem with the pipes. The pipes actually do kind of pass into the main area. I also don't like that I've not left myself an entrance and exit. Yeah, so the pipes pass into this, and my plan is to probably not have it stick out of the wall, but instead have it recessed into it and have it look like an intended feature. So I guess we could come down that way. Right, I guess we could probably do both. So I could reverse the power from here. And so how do I do this thing where you split them? Cool. So let's remove that. think that sticks out. Nope. There's a little bit of a refinement process here too as we kind of figure out where we need to be able to place things. So obviously this is going to be on an angle. And I'm okay with having two, but I guess we should probably remove all that stuff I just did. Following the pipes makes more sense. I wish we could do more to color code the wires. Unfortunately, everything is black with the exception of these little things. And you can color these, but like if you look at the color change, like if I paint this green, like nothing changes about it, so you can't color code them. Okay, so you follow that. And that goes down. Is this the one that goes through the wall? Yeah, that's the one that goes through the wall. Okay. So what is on the other side of this? Oh, I see. Okay, so it's open space out here. And that technically is going to get covered up, I think. Provided that I'm happy with how this looks. Okay. So we might have to put walls here instead of foundations, and that's fine. What I think I'll do is we'll change... I think we'll change the texture on these. Just so we can clearly see what's going on. And then, as much as I don't like to have stuff go through the floor, here we could do a half foundation maybe? Only because I want to clearly see where this is going to go. I feel like I will probably end up making wires going through floors like a thing. I feel like the technology would exist to have these wires go through the floor. Oh, I see what it's snapping to. That's annoying. So we'll have to tidy that up. But then it has to go through here. That means... I wonder if we can get away with actual, like, walls here. So then this has to come in through here. Yeah, it's tricky. And yes, I know we can do nodes on the front and the back of things, but I don't know, it's a little tricky to set up, and I know I'm gonna have to move all this kind of stuff later. So the only issue with getting this functionally working before we completely decorate everything is the fact that it will cause some problems having to redo some stuff. Now, is that the end of the line? That's the end of the line. Okay, cool. So we can bring this up to here. All right, so that should all be connected. So there should be more than just one power source heading up this way, and that's got a good flow because there's a pump just over here. I don't think it needs to be anywhere else. It should tell us, but it doesn't. What do we got here? I think we've got a good flow there. I don't think it goes anywhere up this way. No, we're getting nothing up there. So we need another pump here. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need another big pump. And I would say probably right here is going to be the easiest spot to put it. When everything is up and running, you could take a break from this build for a bit and finish it later. Oh, are you? I'm probably, when this is up and running, I'm probably going to do a little bit of infrastructure stuff. There's going to be some decorating that I'd like to complete. But I've definitely got some train. The train stuff is just so fun. And I've got some, now that we know that there's not going to be any major changes to trains for a while, I want to take the time and put in a decent train network with like proper roundabouts and stuff like that. Just so we can get back to the northern factory a lot easier. And I was thinking the other day that a rabbit hole I could go down is changing the northern factory to look a little bit more Cybertronian in the same way that we're designing these after Transformers. The big guys. All right, so we're just going to put you right here. And I guess we're going to power you. I guess we can just connect those two and that. So that should be so 26, 27. It won't change until we get the upper floor connected, so this floor is all wired up. What we need to do is check the other floor that I just sent fuel to. That's not bad. I'm hoping it gets to 300. And this is not hooked up, so this is where we've got some wiring to do. And we're doing it incorrectly. Good stuff. I'm not sure why it gives us a power pole when we're underneath things. I hope they fix some little UI glitches like that in the long run. It's probably part of the whole soft clipping thing. But I don't feel like I should be able to put a power pole through something from the bottom. Generally, when you're building and looking up at something, you're wanting to build the thing that goes on the ceiling, not something that goes on the roof. I was hoping more of these would be coming on. That's not a good sign. I just want the hitbox and the power nodes to be easier to find. Yeah, I agree. Not only is it small, it's not in the center. Like, it's not in the center of mass of the model. My guess is that the original node was smaller, and they made it, tested it, realized it's too small, but when they made the model bigger, they didn't change the hitbox. I'm sure it's on their list. Yeah, at this stage in the game, as they're pushing towards the 1.0 release, I'm really looking forward to the quality of life changes. The little things that you do over and over and over again that are tedious. And if they can change that to be a better experience. Not that it's the end of the world, it's more like these are just when you really like a game and you're spending a lot of time in it, you do start to pick up on the little things that bug you, you know? So we're getting up over 28 now, which is good. And this needs a middle part. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know we're not going to be able to get full power because we don't have full crude oil, which is the source of everything in this place. So in order to really get all of the nodes and all of the floors to 100%, we really need to get a lot more happening. But the fact that this has got such a low flow is strange to me. But it is all hooked up and working as designed. We're just not going to see all the light screen. And I can remove these, I think. It's weird to be on the top floor. It feels like we're getting close to being finished, which is cool but strange. All right, so what we can do with this is, so East Wing for Blender 2, and we can say piped and wired. I wish I had like a check mark keystroke that I could put in, but that's fine. These are temporary anyway. That is piped and wired. And now we just have to follow this. That looks to me like it's ready. They're not all on, but that's fine. This is also piped and wired. I've never seen this game before. It says the one TJ. This is Satisfactory. I think I've mentioned it on a number of podcasts in case that's how you found the channel. I'll back up here in a second and you'll get a good idea of what we're doing. But essentially what we're doing right now is these are all burning fuel to generate electricity, and we're trying to make sure we've got it all hooked up to the right grid. And these are the wires that we're using to do that. So what I think I want to try to do, even if it's only temporarily for now, is I want to start putting in some meters. So the best place to put that would probably be like right here. And I guess we'll just do this. Oh no, it has to go the other way. That's annoying. Oh, I did it wrong. We'll flip it. So this is what's coming in from A, which is 1800. It should be 3750, but as I mentioned, not all of these are on. Right, okay. So that's going to be a good way for us to gauge, is the floor producing what we want? Eventually I want to put these all in a central location, but I don't think we're going to be able to. So that's not great. But if we turn it on, then we should still get... No, it doesn't tell us. That's annoying. I thought I was going to be able to measure what was coming out of this. I guess I could pull it separately and not have it hook up. Right. Okay, so let's scrap that. Right, so that's hooked up to the main. But if I take this... oh no, that's gonna... I don't know how to do this. Because that connects... You can't have like a valve on the network. The TJ, if you do enjoy the game, if you think you might want to try it, usually when they update it, there's like a sale on Steam or Epic Games. I also have a code on Epic Games. It doesn't give you a discount, but it helps support the channel. So if you end up picking it up, then there's a number of ways to do that. How can I... Is there any way to like monitor this? Because if I grab this and just look at it, it's going to show me the full network, right? It's going to show me the full 26,000 watts, megawatts. What I want to know is like, can I just look at these? And I'm guessing the answer is probably no. Yeah, that just gives me the full network. No, I don't think it's possible. Simrian, thanks very much for the subscription. 2 months. You get the Earth Keystone badge. Yeah, so I don't think we can actually check that outside of doing what I just did, which is temporarily turning it off. So there's no way to really know. Other than wanting the total to be up to 60,000 megawatts when we're done. That's the only way we could know if everything is working, right? Okay. So the flow rate is definitely low, but that could just be the amount of fuel, not the pressure. So that is wired and piped. That comes down here. We established that this hooks into this line. So I guess we should also take this down this way too, huh? I was hoping to keep everything separate, but don't know if that's going to be the case. That's going to be tidier than going through here. I also want to run these through batteries, so I'm going to have to figure out how to do that too. Speaking of time for a break. Thanks very much, Sandy. I'm going to hook this last bit in, and then we should be good. I love that we can intersect these now. It's very cool. Alright, so that should now, can remove this, and this should still be on the big old grid. I don't know why it's jumping up and down to 27, but now these are definitely all hooked up because they're nearly all green. So that's piped and wired. Because that's connecting into the main. And this is going down here. And this... Okay, so this goes down to our main factory. So that's good. I don't know exactly what we have going on here and why these are all connected. I did this last time. I don't think I need this anymore. Where was that coming from? My gosh. Oh, wow. Okay. We'll have to fix that. So I'm not going to disconnect that just yet. Oh, I see. That's what I disconnected, and that's correct. Let's stop running stuff through the floor where I can't see. Okay, so it looks like that's how that's connected to the main network. That's fine. So we have completed 4 of 16. Let's see if to get up here. So that's East Wing 2 from Blender 1. And this is the first 4 that we looked at. And this is the last sign to update. This is 100% greenlit, which is great because it's the lowest floors that get the most fuel. So also still red underneath here, which means it was probably one of the first things that we ever hooked up. And that is absolutely hooked into the main. So we can do this. Speaking of connecting a wire to the node, oh, I can do that. I can show you how to do that. So this is now also piped and wired. So to hook 2 of these up and split a node, let's say you've got that there, and you get a wire in between them. Select your node, and then when you get close to it, see how I highlighted the wire, and now the wire is highlighted. Now if I go up here, it gives you a preview. So again, like, you just have to like mouse over the wire. I mean, if you don't want to, it's annoying because you have to then like be careful that you don't. Right, so you can't get too close to the wire. But if you do want it, then you can grab it, and then you can come down here and pull them around. So it's convenient sometimes, but ultimately you probably still have to delete and hook something up again. So yeah, no button. You just kind of hover over the right spot. A button might be helpful, actually, like a control function or something could be good. But anyway, as Sandy mentioned, it's time for my first break. If you're new to the channel, I do take a break once an hour. Gives me a chance to reheat my coffee, maybe take a stretch break. You should grab a friend, grab a snack, whatever it is that you want. And when we come back, we will be continuing on with the hookup for the Megatron Power Facility. The only thing about having two engines on the train is now that the headlights from the engine behind it hit the one in front, so I might put the other engine at the back so we don't have this weird glare on the front train. Because you can put the engines anywhere. They don't have to be at the front. As long as they're facing the right direction. And actually they'll go in reverse too, so it's not a big deal. I don't know if we end up going faster with two. I'd say we still only have an average of about 115, 120 kilometers an hour. Unless you're going downhill, I've never seen a train hit 150. Yeah, I don't need my trains to be bidirectional because I've got a bidirectional track. My network is bidirectional. So there is what the Megatron facility looks like with 400 power gens, or fuel generators all in place. Obviously the wings are not decorated and built out, but everything there is in place. And I sort of like it and sort of don't. Like the smokestacks make it feel very terrestrial. So I'm not sure about that. Sun is rising right on time. Hard to have a power plant burning fuel without smoke. No, that's fair. I just mean like I could have encased them. I could have put the... I could have hidden all of the smokestacks had I wanted to. Let's do this now while I think about it. Cool. I'm going to have to move a bunch of stuff soon anyway. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. All right. %, 36, and 53. I'm not sure why in the middle is not doing so well. 28, 0. No water coming in at all. Why is there no water coming in? Let's check on that. Oh. That would be why there's no water coming in. Always good to check. So my guess is that that's probably not... Oh, it looks like it's getting close to 150. Are these pumping up? The flow rate on the water is very low. Because this, all the fuel should now be potentially being consumed, provided that there's enough crude oil. And it does not look like we're hitting 300. It looks like we're hitting about 150. Oh no, wait a minute. That's what it's supposed to be. No, lie. It's supposed to be 300. Okay. So this is where we have to start thinking about getting other crude oil and stuff coming in. So this is the quadrant over this way. So you are bottom pipe, and you are this middle pipe here. Yeah, so that's not pumping out 600, which means that the crude oil going into that is not at full capacity. So if we trace that all the way back, where is the source for this? Oh, that's right. It's not all the same. Oh, you're not even hooked up. Or is that the input? That's the input. That's the input. Okay. All right. I think I see what's going on. So what I need is a main power line coming off of this. But I ran all the power for this floor in the ceiling. So all the power is up there. But we do have room in the walls here to take it downstairs, I think. So this is all the main power for these machines. It's all in the ceiling. But we should have room to bring it down. So I want the power to come out this way. So temporarily, let's just throw in something I can see. Probably just easier to run it along the other side. I will eventually make something that looks a lot prettier. Right, so then this, all I have to do is get this connected here. I'm not sure why I did these that way. That looks kind of weird. But, what we can do... I guess I'll do this in a way that I can see. And I'll put down a quick sign just to say that this is... main Megatron main grid. Cool. Should be able to remember that. And then we'll also put one here. And we'll connect that when we're ready. Just to go back and make sure we've got this wired up. Previously, I've made like my own power towers just to kind of like really make sure that it's clear that we've got the main line coming through. I feel like here we might even want to go through the wall. So I've got two options. I can go through here and go straight underneath all of this, which is probably the easiest thing to do. Or I could bring it down from the roof, but I think I want to make sure that the crude oil is on a different circuit than the refineries in case I need to change them at any point. So we know that we've got main power coming in here. So this is right, thought it was there. Okay, so it comes in here and it doesn't go any farther. But all four sides do that. So each one of these has its own power coming down. This is the closest. So I think what I'll do is use this line. Seems like it's probably the most straightforward. And I'll put another sign in. Most of these will end up being removed or moved into a spot that makes more sense. So this will be crude oil. Oop. Main line. Again, I wish we could color the nodes, but not likely. Right, so this should have upwards of 27 to 30 megawatts on it. That's good. So we can connect this to that. And that should make that a live wire. And then really all we need to do is just disconnect all this mess. And we should have the crude oil being powered by the facility that it is fueling. By leaps and bounds. There's a large margin. Large margin. So this should have, what, like 27,000 megawatts on it? Yep. That's the one. So here's a really good example of a good spot to put a switch. And I also need to disconnect that after we're done. So on this side, we've got 27 to 29,000 megawatts. And this side, we've got 3,000, and that's coming from this. So once I hook this up and turn it on, then I'm going to turn off that 3,000 extra. So then it changes this on that side, and that's fine. But what I want to do is separate that. But that should go back down to what we had before. 27,000. Yep. Cool. So that means I don't have to go out there and fight with all the beasties for now. I can remove some of these, because they are sneaky. This, I think, is important. I think this is how I got the... Yeah, okay, so some of these are powered underneath everything. So I'll leave those where they are. So these are still technically going to be running because we've not cut off the fuel to them. So they'll power themselves until they shut down after we remove these pipes. So you can see we've got 2 600s and 2 300s. That's because over there are 4 nodes. You can see them on the map. So we've got oil, normal, oil pure, pure, and then normal. They're all overclocked. But together they make 1800. And what we've done here is that we've combined 2 pipes into one on the bottom. So right here, in a crude way, we will fix this later, these two 300s combine into one 600 pipe. And then here is where we started splitting things off. So what we want is we want everything to turn right here. So we're going to maybe I could just do this with a valve so I don't have to destroy stuff. It's probably the easiest thing. Also, let's change the color of these. Oh, they're not even the right. I don't remember that being the wrong color. I guess I've just been staring at the yellow inside the building for too long. So really, all I need to do is put a valve here. And if we go into the valve, I can say limit, turn it off. And that should force everything into these pipes. And that should push our factory to its capacity. Why? I mean, really what I should do is just delete everything and hook them up the right way, but I'm just curious to see how these are going to work. Oh, that's getting there. 600. Why? That's weird. Don't know why that shouldn't be a 600 pipe. Probably just needs time, potentially. Enki, welcome in. Good to see you. I mean, in theory, these should be blocking the flow. I guess maybe we'll just delete these. That should really just max that out. So it's just this one that's wildly fluctuating. Seems strange. Like it drops right down. I wonder why that is. Whereas the other ones are completely... Oh no, that's fluctuating too. I wonder if it has to do with the consumption on the other end, maybe? Alright, well, they're all hooked up now. That's the important thing. I guess one thing is these are now at full capacity, but we're not consuming all of it at the top. So that is going to slowly back up and mean that these are not all going to go according to their statistics. So nothing is red down there, so that's good. A lot of yellow. A lot of yellow. Okay. So what we should see is this third pipe that I was looking at. This one here should eventually get up to 600. So this is we shouldn't have any problems with these. So it's crude oil, sorry, heavy oil residue. That is the slow, not the water. So it's the heavy oil residue that is the missing component. So we just had to wait for that to fill up. What does yellow mean? Oh, yellow on the machines. Yeah, yellow means that there's some sort of logistics problem. Green means it's functioning as it needs to be, but then yellow means that there's some sort of issue. So maybe the polymer's backed up, maybe this is backed up, maybe this isn't coming in enough. Right? So that would be... Right now this is only at 63%. And my guess is that it will eventually get up to 100. Because it looks like it's got plenty. So now we're at 69. But if it drops below 3 in its cycles, then it'll be, yes, okay. So we're still low on crude oil for that particular one, and that I feel like the crude oil should be should be back up and running now that we've got the full crude oil coming in. I just might have to check the flow of the pipes a little bit. So that's very low. That seems to be full blast. And that seems to be about half. Yeah, they always need time. That's true. So we'll come back and check that. Maybe about half an hour. So this is a little bit confusing. Is there a way for me to hook this up in a better way? I would say yes. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. Slowly clean up this a little bit. So this is all being wired around. And that goes nowhere. Okay, so that's good. We can get rid of that then. A lot of these would have been from like construction, early setup, that kind of stuff. Yay! Much cleaner looking. $99 is good. 62 and 46. So we've established that the output for these blenders has all been hooked up. The blender 1 and blender 2 are all sorted. So then the next phase, I guess, is to go on to the north ones. You're at 100. You're at 100. I don't know why these are at full capacity. 95, 91, 100. I mean, they're all really close to 100. I'm surprised because they're fed off the same pipe, right? These two floors would be fed off the same pipe. Yeah, so this is getting 300 and this is getting 110. So are we getting... Not quite getting 600 here yet. There's definitely going to be some troubleshooting. It's nice the power is so easy to put up, but you do end up with a huge mess, especially when you're using the hover pack. Yeah, I agree. It's very tricky. Okay. So I guess we just move on to the next set, which is this pipe here. Also not quite at 600. Much closer though. Yeah, we're up in the another 50 cubic meters. So this time it's the back one that's getting full throttle. I wonder if that's just random. So we've got two 100s and a 73, 182, and 100. That's weird. I don't know why it's so inconsistent, but... Oh. I don't know why I have that there. This is back when I was putting valves on all of them, too. Alright, so that is consistently putting out to the next floor. And then up here we have 96, 89, 48. So not quite the same capacity. Oh, wow. So this floor not doing so good. That's coming up from below. This is coming in from above, so we're not quite doing 2 pipes, like 1.5 pipes. So we've already colored this pipe. That's good. We've got green lights across the board, I think. Almost. Wonder why those ones are just not keeping up. Seems like a strange problem to have. Like, we're getting a lot. I mean, they're in the middle, so that's why there's a few that are not quite there. Idle, no power. Oh. Why do you not have any power? Because you're not getting enough fuel. So bizarre. I don't know why we can't get these to fill. Because this is not something we built just now. This has been up for a while. It is wired though, and it is piped. So at least we've got that done. Okay, so this is... I don't remember what I called that other floor. Southeast, so then this other one will be northeast. And that's powered by the north. Yeah. So northeast wing from the north, blunder 1, and it's piped and wired. Are you producing enough diluted fuel? Yes. Do you have a buffer at the end to bypass the pipe? There's no buffers. We don't need the buffers. It's all being consumed. So the bottleneck right now seems to be we're not getting enough crude oil through, and I'm not quite sure what that problem is. It's probably because of the piping that we've got going on over there. It could be something as simple as having to redo the pipes. But we don't have, like, our initial floor of refineries down here. And you can see there are more green lights on down there. So we have to wait for that floor to get to a green state to be pumping the full capacity. We only just turned it on like 10 minutes ago. So that's why. So that's the northeast wing. And it is definitely hardwired into the network. Sweet. So then we just follow this yellow pipe. Oh. And aha, this is not finished. So we've got the outside pipes are done. And it looks like everything's wired. Oh, we're missing a fuel gen at the end. Okay. Can I make one? Yes. Oh, autosave. Why does that not look? Oh no. These are all wrong. That's annoying. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so this is the correct distance. And are they on the right? Yeah, okay. Place that initial power fuel generator incorrectly, and it has caused a problem. Not gonna let me put more? Well, that's annoying. The snapping in this game sometimes is really unfortunate. At least they'll be able to hook these up fast enough. Oh, really? You're going to try and place it on top of the node? That is infuriating. It's going to take forever. So one of the things about doing this is like one of them is off now. No, they're all right. No, that's wrong. Yes, definitely another break in a minute or two, Sandy. I just want to fix this while I understand the problem in my head. It's one of those games where sometimes when you know the solution, if you walk away, you're asking for trouble. So as with most things, this process goes a lot faster the first time you build them. At least hooking up the nodes is easier without the foundation in place. Okay, that's hooked up there. So now we just have to bring stuff down the middle. Now we have to hook up the rest of the machines. I'm really glad this part of the build is nearly over. Like, doing this 16 times over for each power wing was pretty tedious, I have to say. Oh right, this is supposed to be higher as well. Alright, I'll worry about this later. That's fine. And then in here, we just go up the middle. And that should be everything. Oh, we can even delete some stuff. It'll make this look a lot tighter. So these are all red still. Oh no, there's just some. Looked like all of them. And that little delay worked out because now it's nighttime again. So this is piped and wired. I don't see anything missing. And then this, does this get down to the main? Yeah, it must. Yep, okay. So I'll go back up. That was there. That was here. So this is north 2. North wing on floor 2, and that is from North Blunder 1, and that is piped and wired. Right? Yep. Cool. All right. Break train, break train, break train. I wish we could turn the lights on the trains on and off. Same with the vehicles. I don't think you can do that. It's not possible. I'm sure that's a request that somebody has made. Okay, give me 5 or 6 minutes, folks. I will be right back. Thank you, Sandy. So we're working on these 4 here closest to us at the moment. Long Patrol, hello, welcome in. I think for this last little bit I'm going to turn off the music. I enjoy the playlist, but for some reason today I found that the shuffle selection has been kind of grating. So I'm going to leave that off. I mean, like, it's supposed to be a purple train, but it looks pretty pink to me. All right. So now we are back up on this floor over here. Cosmic approved train. Yeah, that's fair. That's accurate. Still a couple of red ones. So Blender 1 northeast, and we just did Blender 1 north, which is this one. North wing Blender 1. Okay. So now I gotta follow the other pipe. The copper pipe. And that should go to northeast. So technically we're going to have to move that at some point. I'm not doing it right now because it comes outside and I don't want it to come outside. So for clarity, let's at least paint it the right color. So we've got a pump going. That's good. Goes up to there. Oh no, where do you come out? Oh, I see. You take a turn. Oh, you're split here. Okay. Why do you have a valve? I guess just because of the split. But it's going strong. Like, that's a full 300, so that means that all this is connected. So this will be a quick check then. Green across the board. Green across the board here, and I can just see the green light on the 25th one in the end. Okay, so are you hooked back into the main grid? Oh, you're this squirrely one. Okay. So what we need to do, previously what we were doing, we were following the pipes. So let's get rid of this and that. Right, and we were following the pipes, but this pipe goes outside. I guess we should still do that. Yeah. Okay. So really all we need to do is just hook it back into this. Probably right there. Alright, so that's connected to the main network. We can remove that. Remove this. Aquafire. Is this Joel Duggan as in the guy who does the spawn chunks with pixel riffs? I am indeed. Or is Pixel Riffs the guy that does the spawn chunks with me? I'm teasing. It is a joint effort, but yes. Yeah, I am the co-host and co-producer on Spawn Chunks. Welcome in. And thanks for listening to that show. We put a lot of work into it. It's always fun to meet new listeners. Appreciate you coming by. Marcus, good to see you. You couldn't hear the music? Was the music not playing at all today? It should have been. Right, okay, so that was that one. We delete this. We delete this. Delete this one. And then we no longer need this. And I can put this in. Okay, so now I have to go all the way back up here. And this is where we hooked it in. So then this is now the northeast. Yeah, if that's north, this is northeast. So this is northeast 3. Northeast 3, blender 2, piped and wired. And now we just follow this. And it looks like it might be piped but not wired, would be my guess. Or if it's wired out in a funny way. Right, okay. So that's okay, because that's powering some construction stuff. But really what we want is... Well, this is going to be a problem. We need to figure out how to... That can't go up there. Can it go in here? I'm guessing yes it can. Yeah. Not quite what I had in mind. Where does this go? All right. So that's the level I want. And this is the level. So what I want to do is add a level on the white. And then we should be able to remove a level in between. I should also paint this white while I think about it, otherwise I will forget and I will regret it later. Don't know why it's white. I'm sure it had a purpose. So how far back do we have to go? Oh, it's not this one. Right, it's down here. Okay. There we go. Wire to the spaghetti. Yep. Yep. There's definitely a lot of wire spaghetti happening. Okay, but I think this will work. All I need to do is from within here get inside into this space. Okay, wait a minute. Where did it go? So confusing. That's where I need to get to. Right, I need to come into here, and then I need to go straight up to here. Right, okay. So this goes here for now. And we'll just use some temporary walls just because it makes it easier to attach things. And let's say we need to do that. The pump should handle everything. I was smart and I made this wall thick enough. Oh, not so smart and didn't put that in the right spot. Two, three, four, five, six. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so that's hooked up, which means we can delete all this. Whoa, don't want to fall down. That can go back in. There is another pump there. I'll have to put that back probably. This will be covered in, I think. survey says yes. Alright, so that goes in there. This is, that's still outside, so that we'll have to mess around with that. But we can move that again. Yeah, all of this is outside. Oh no, this is inside. So that's going to be a problem too. I'd rather tackle the top first and work our way back down. So from here, what we want to do is have a break in the wire. We'll do that here. No worries, Aquafire. Thanks so much for coming by. Thanks for saying hello. Yes, lurking is totally fine. There's even a little command if you do bang lurk in chat, as Sandy has suggested. McMoso, you picked up Satisfactory? How are you liking it? I mean, I know you said it's some addictive gameplay, but like, are you enjoying it? You finding it fun? If you have any questions, I could do my best to let you know what could be helpful. I'm at a fairly complicated stage, so like watching me, it might be beyond where you are currently. So I've got a funny feeling we're going to have to need to go inside here. This is also outside. Unfortunately, some of these need to get filled in. So how does this, where is this going to end up being? That's the edge there. So we've got, is that incorrect? I feel like that's incorrect. Yeah. 4 meter, single, and then 4 meter, and then 2 meter. So this is going to be, nope, upside down. I want that, and then I want 4 meters. So glad we got the hover pack. That comes in like that. And then that's a 2 meter, and that's all correct. So we have some wiggle room in here. To move things around. Because we do not have room out here. But that is where I think we did this. And it looks very similar. So my guess, yeah. So that goes then up there. Same idea. So all we're doing here is just mimicking that. And we just have to figure out where to connect the other part of it. You watch the VOD of the 500-hour world tour, and it put it in perspective. I thought the Satisfactory in the Northern Forest was huge. Yeah, this build right now, this one power facility is bigger than that that factory, that Northern Forest factory. This might be bigger than. This could be bigger than. This could be bigger than my Devastator base, honestly. I think I might, as much as I like this, I might have made an error in how deep I dig into the side here, because we lose all of our capacity for hiding things in the walls. I just really like the way that this looks, right? Like this structure looks cool. And then this bracket looks cool, but I feel like it's just a little bit... Oh, we're falling. So I guess for now we are going to try and get it into the wall. Because this is obviously outside. So, is that the dead center? Looks like it is. Yep. So it looks like I brought it in at that height. Let's try getting rid of these three. Now, where do you come from? Aha, okay. So that's how I did it over there. I dislike removing bits of the circle because it's very difficult to put back at times. It's also frustrating when there's no power nearby and your hover pack keeps on dying. The range on this needs to be a lot bigger. They need to be able to upgrade it. Alright, so I can bring you down. That went up into the floor. But here what I think I want to do is... I don't want to delete those just yet. Because I think what I want to try and do is bring this down in the wall. Maybe I can just put it... No, I think I'd want it in the middle. So let's go with floor hole. That's probably right in the middle there. Oh, right. So it has to come from there and get to here. And that would require me knowing where the ceiling is. That is an outside block. So we have to turn it here. This is a lot of me experimenting with how this is going to eventually hook up. Alright, so that brings us around to there. This will eventually fill up. And then we just have to reconnect this. And that can actually get cut back here. So that means that we can connect this here. Nope. And then don't need you, don't need you, don't need you, don't need you. You are no longer functioning. And this needs to switch. And I lost the pump somehow. There's an extra pump that has to go somewhere. We're getting zero flow. I probably cut the power to the pump. So where is... Oh, there should be a pump. Here it is here. You're not pumping. Why are you not pumping? I ran into this issue before. Thanks, Sandy. Appreciate it. I think I'm gonna have to delete this pump. And we'll replace it. That looked like it worked. Sometimes you just have to replace them. So paint that copper again. What's really annoying is that you can't look into pipes when you're hovering. It makes you crash. And right now I can't even fly, which is messed up. So why is that not? Pump the wrong way? No. I don't know what it is, but sometimes these things just need to be replaced. Now this needs to get hooked up. Why is it yellow? Why is the light yellow? Now, I understand that there's going to be another pump along here somewhere. Looks like right there. No, the top is, we've been working our way back down, so it's all fine. The thing that they're supposed to give you indicators as to where the next line is supposed to be. So like if I go on this, it's supposed to shoot like a hologram as to where I'm supposed to place it, but it doesn't work if you can't see where you're going. Like it shoots up, but like it doesn't show me where the next one is supposed to go. So then you got to do the math, which is annoying. No, it only does it if you can see the whole pipe segment, which is frustrating. It's like I'd have to delete some parts here. So it looks like it only gets up to about there. Yeah. Okay. So then we'll put it here. And then we can easily, as we know, fit this in here. So that fixed that. That means this is moving and grooving. So that brings you up here, which means 300 that way and 300, almost 300 this way. I don't know why almost 300, but that should help these out considerably in time. So that's messed up. 100 goes that way. Nothing goes that way. So my best guess is that something was happening during a save or a game quit. And it's just not working. What? There's 300 in the pipe. There's 100 there. That's good. Now we're showing 100 there. This pipe is just reading wrong. Let's try... It's all hooked up. Oh, animation there. That's good. You know what? Let's just redo the connection. and see if that helps. Autosave at the worst time. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand how they are trying to communicate the pipe networks to everyone. I really feel like the UI and the readouts, I feel like they need to do a better job of communicating that to the player, because it's not clear when you've got an issue what the issue is. Flow rate's now 0. Flow rate's 300. Like, I should be seeing 100 flow rate across each one of these, right? Anyway, that's not doing much. Let's just see. Are you backflowing? Does the pump not get up that far? Maybe the pump doesn't get up that far. Oh no, it probably doesn't. Yeah. Probably does not. I think we're gonna need a pump like right here. Pump has a head lift of 10 meters. Pump has a head lift of 20 meters. Mark II pumps have a head lift of 50 meters. So that should solve that. I remember putting a pump on the other one as well. Yep. Cool. Okay, so that is hardwired and piped. This stops there. We've got to bring that down around and connect it to the main. That's the only thing left to do. But I don't have time to do it. Okay. So we will leave ourselves a note. Good stuff. So not bad. I mean, it's slow process, but we've got essentially 8. So we're half done in terms of the functionality and connections. So we did. Is that the first floor? 1, 2, 3. No, that's not the first floor. Wait a minute. Yes, it is. Yeah. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got 8 connected. I'm pretty sure we've got 8 connected, minus the one last step that I need to do there, that little note to myself. Which, given the complexity of these upper floors, I might do that one off stream just to kind of get her done. But that's the process. We're just making sure that each pipe gets where it needs to go, and that each output from each wing is brought and centrally connected. And chances are it's going to all connect underneath the floor down there. I wanted to have a control room, but I don't know. I don't know where to put it. I'd have to put the control room like in the middle here, and I don't think I want something blocking the view up, because I like the idea of this being hollow all the way. So I'm trying to push for that. I may give up and decide that I want to put this, have something like floating in the center there. I might do that, but for now, we're gonna leave it. We're going to leave it open. That does kind of look cool with the crisscross things. If we had different floors connecting at different levels, like that could look okay. But for now, we're going to leave it there. How are we doing down here? Still lots of yellows. So that's not great. Yeah, that's been an hour. That should have evened out. That should have evened out. We definitely should have... Yeah, that shouldn't be a flow rate of 0. So we're only at a half capacity. So I guess really I can't troubleshoot until we have all of the 16 connections. Once all 16 floors are connected, then I can say, okay, we're consuming the max, therefore we shouldn't have any slowdown. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this, please leave a follow before you take off. We're going to try to pass you on to somebody else playing Satisfactory. Barring that, I'll pass you on to somebody playing Minecraft. And be sure to tune in tomorrow at 1 o'clock Atlantic time. That's UTC-3. We will be doing a LEGO Let's Chat. That is the weekly Friday LEGO Let's Chat, brought to you by the wonderful support of all you awesome viewers and friends and followers here on the channel. And of course, there is a new episode of the Spawn Chunks, came out on Monday, and there is a new episode out of the Citadel Cafe, came out today, this afternoon, as a matter of fact. Stephen ESC and I talked about the Peripheral, as well as the Jedi, Tales of the Jedi from Star Wars on Disney Plus. Was a really, really good time. If you want to, you can also check out Patreon. It's a great way to support the channel. But we can talk more about all the wonderful things that we're up to here on Twitch tomorrow during the Let's Play, the LEGO Let's Chat. So yeah, I'll see you then. Thanks so much for hanging out today, folks. I will see you tomorrow.